Hello and welcome back. This is Double O Debbie, and this is episode 42 of Agrarian Skies. Yeah, I don't know why I'm up here, but yeah, I was over here doing some blood magic, and I figured I'd just start up in the old tower. Um, I've been looking at blood magic again, and I I looked at the ritual of the Well of Suffering, and I'm gonna have to have a tier 4 altar before I can start that ritual because it has dusk runes in it, and you can't do the dusk runes until you get a tier 4 altar. So, pooey on that, but I worked my little booty off and got the runes of self-sacrifice in over here. Hold on just a second. Those guys are being a little noisy. So, yeah, I got some self-sacrifice over here. It is now up from 200 to 500 for every poke. So that is a definite improvement. I also put in the 4 other augmented capacity runes that I got from a bag or quest. So yeah, that has, I don't know, that I thought it was at 25 before. Those may not, it may be capped or something. I know that when I had some on here before, that it seemed to cap at a certain point until I got my altar level raised, and then it continued to grow again. That's the wrong button. Okay, so what I was doing here was I was gonna throw on a gold block on here because I think with 500, and this is so frustrating because you get this cool alchemical chemistry set, and I haven't actually messed with the potions that much, and I was looking at it because I had gotten a potion flask with regeneration in it, and I was like, I used that up trying to make the runes of sacrifice. Well, I wasn't trying, I did make them, but I used that all up, and I was just going through the regen potions so fast, and I wanted to make some more. Well, you can make the regen potions in here, but one thing you can't do is you can't make this lengthening catalyst until you get a tier 3 orb. So I needed the regen to help me make the orb. So that's kind of frustrating that the mundane one would take the minimum tier 3. I could understand, like for this big one over here. And look, I think no, we had gotten one of these greater lengthening catalysts as a reward or in a bag. I'm not sure, but I used it, and I got another one. So it actually took 2 gas tiers to do that, because you have to make the potion and then you have to lengthen it. So you have to actually put the component in the second time when you lengthen it. So you actually wind up getting 2 extra charges, because the 2 gas tiers would only make 6 regen potions, and then you could lengthen them to a maximum of 2 minutes, whereas this one is 7 minutes, which is much better. And it's going a lot better with this. So, but you can't do that until you get the tier 3 orb. So if you get lucky and you get one of these in as a reward or in a bag, then you can make an extra one. I think you can fill them up, but I think you might need this filling agent, which, guess what? It also takes a tier 3 orb. So I was going to play around with it and try to make one, but I was like, why isn't this working? And that's why, because you need a tier 3 orb. Yeah. So, rant off. Let's do this. Okay. With a regen up and, 25,000 in there, I think it only takes... Oh, it only takes 25,000, so it must have increased it. So we could just throw that on there and walk away. I thought it took like 40,000 for some reason. I must have been thinking of something else. So, yeah, getting those augmented capacities, the other 4, that was pretty sweet. Because again, you can't make those because where are they? Where are you? Augmented capacity. You need the tier 3 orb for that and the tier 3 slate. That might be tier 4. No, that's just... Yeah, you have to have a tier 3 altar to make that. Okay. You're not done yet. Let's make sure it doesn't. There we go. I was fretting over nothing. I guess it was at 15 before, 15,000 when I had the other ones. So, that's awesome. Let's get that bound. Yeah, so we got our tier 3 orb. That also should have finished up a quest in here. For your wizard, Steve. Why isn't that done? Oh, it has to manually detect it. Okay, if I have to choose between 4 blood runes and 16 ritual stones, I think 16 ritual stones is better. Because I think these may take slate, but these take them as well. Let's look before. Let's look. Here's just the regular blood rune. That's 2 blank slates. So that's 8 slate for those 4. And here's the ritual stone. So yeah, those take 4. Well, you get 4 out of it. So, but they are tier 2 slates, which in essence is like having 2 per each one, except that the second one takes twice as much blood. So I think the ritual stones, yes, because that's like getting 16 free slate tier 2. Yes, please. Awesome. Oh, what's the next one? Useful sigils. I remember this one was a pain because the recipe has been altered. An air sigil, I think that one just takes gas tears and feathers. Oh, and look, this is probably going to give us a potion of regen or flight or something. Yes, I'm not bitter. Okay. A greater, we'll just do the greater one here. Bing! Reactor casings. I thought it was more ritual stones. I was going, boo, yeah! But, yeah. So now we have over a stack. of ritual stones. I was really disappointed when I was looking up the I was looking up the ritual of the Well of Suffering, and it is tier 4 because it has 4 dusk runes in it. But seriously, you don't want to be doing that ritual without the second tier divining rod, because the second one places the blocks and colors them the correct color for you, whereas the first tier one does not. Oh, this is actually the second one. This one is the first one because it says cannot place dusk runes on the third line, and this one says can place dusk runes. So yeah, we'll be able to make this because that's what I'm going to talk about, how in order to get the tier 4, we have to have these guys, the large bloodstone bricks, which we only need 4 to go on our little pillars here. But you still have to go through the ritual of binding to bind, get the bound sword, the bound blade. You have to sacrifice your diamond sword and get struck by lightning and killed unless you remember to use your sigil of elemental affinity, which I did that one time. I did. I went through and did the ritual of binding. This was, I think, in Horizons. I did the ritual of binding the first time, and I had my sigil of elemental affinity, and I wound up dying and losing all my stuff, so I went to go make it again, and I forgot to remake the sigil of elemental affinity before I did it, so I wound up dying again. Yeah, you definitely want to remember that sigil, because that is a very dangerous ritual. So, yes, we got our magician's blood orb. Let's put this bad boy in here, and we can now I can start playing around with some more and see if I can get this this other one filled up, because I've never played with the actual potion making in here before, and it looks pretty cool. So I want to do some of that. But I'm gonna have to make another little platform for the ritual of binding, because they're just it's not a huge ritual, but I just don't have room for it on this platform. There's not enough. I mean, I think it's like at least 4 on all sides. I could probably squeeze it into one of these corners, but it's gonna annoy me. So I don't know, maybe I'll just extend this platform out a little bit further this way, and do it just behind there, or maybe out this way. Either one will work. I had to plant some nether wart because I hadn't yet, and I was gonna try and make some potions in there, and that thing is just plumb full of monsters, and I hate that I can't get that thing on there. This is the thing. I don't want to make any more of the self-sacrifice runes, because I'm gonna have to make quite a bit to get the tier 4 done. It was only like I think I made 15 or 16, and I still have a couple of empty spots I could have put on there, but I had a couple of augmented capacity there. But once you go down here, it's going to be 28, I think. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? I think you leave these 2 alone. I think it's only 7 on each side, so I think it's 28. Um, and I'd rather not have to make them and then make them the self-sacrifice and then remake them into runes of sacrifice for when I convert this to kill mobs down there. So I might take this little automation thing down, and do a temporary mini mob trap up here. Maybe not anything too huge, and just temporary, maybe the size of the one that's underneath. Just put it on top and have the mobs to where they can come here, and then I can sacrifice them with the knife instead of myself, and it's a temporary thing, so I don't have to remake all of this, because they're a pain. They're a pain. I hate making slate. I love this mod, but the slate is out of control. It's bleh. It was okay the first time, but I never ever ever want to do it again. and I'm doing it right now, and that's yeah, that's saying a lot. So yeah. Let's see how we're doing. I think we may be close. Oh, let's look at these sigils. You're not gonna believe this unless they changed it again. Here's the sigil of the Green Grove. Look at that crud. It was like saplings and dirt or flowers or something, and now it's like harvesters and planters and fertilizers. That's crazy. I mean, we got the stuff, but that's a lot of combines. All right, not the sigil of the whirlwind. It's actually, where'd you go? There it is. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Air sigil. Yeah, we got a ghast here, so that one's no problem. Whoop. Reinforced slate, and so we only need like 2 slates. Yes, and we can do that one. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We can get that finished in this episode, no problem. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah. So we just need some feathers and a ghast here. We got the stuff for, let's go ahead and just chunk stuff down. Make sure it's not over full. Don't want to waste the blood, you know. Alright, so we need a ghast here. Whoa! Little teensy weensy bit of lag, and I don't want to be flying over dead air. So, and this is really disturbing, not having any sound at all. There we go. That's better. That's better. It's eerie. Alright, so we need a ghast here. We need a couple planters, a couple harvesters, a couple fertilizers. Let's go up top and get the ghast here. This one. We still got 9 from the soul sand, and I have, I think, still over 20 in the tower. All right. Feathers. I haven't actually been killing. Oh, we can make feathers from arrows, so I don't know if I have feathers around, but we do have 18,000 arrows. So let's just make up, I don't know, we'll throw a whole stack in over there. Does that cost anything? Let's see. What that. What is that used in? There we go. Yeah, it cost 100. So that'd be 6, so we might just want to make 6, but we'll leave the arrows over there just in case we need more. We might actually even have some that I previously made up over there. So just feathers and a gas tier for this one, and the second tier slate, which is no big deal. But for this one, we need 2 fertilizers, 3 harvesters, and 2 planters. I might accidentally have a planter and a harvester in here actually from from the little Ender Pearl farm that I didn't like that because I guess I could have spread them out and it probably would have fixed the problem with them landing and losing the seeds. Yeah. So, but I can get as many ender pearls if I want, but just by flipping a switch, so it's not really necessary to do that. Let's get the other planter since we have one. And I think I have some actual machine frames that I made up, and I got some from a quest, so we'll probably only need to make this reception coil and the flower pot. Oh, pistons. We'll just make 2 like this. There we go. There's the second planter. Oh, those don't want to stack. Alright, but we need 3 harvesters. So we have 1. And we'll need 2 more. Harvester. There, that narrows it down a little bit. Again, we'll need 2 reception coils. I did not push shift. Dadgummit. Alright, there we go. 2 of those. We're going to need 4 shears. And 2 Invar axes. There we go. Yeah, I guess those just don't stack. Alright, I don't think I've made a fertilizer before. Fertilizer. There we go. I know I have leather. Okay, so we're going to need 2 more reception coils. I think, I have glass bottles in here, and this is funny because it's been making all of that vinegar. And if you remember when I made the first vinegar, I got a stack of bottles back. Well, let's just do this. And you can see for yourself. Oh, it looks like it's finished. So, let's go back to Hell's Kitchen. It's done. Oh, let's go turn it off. Because it's still eating them and converting. Alright, it's this. No, I don't. Yeah, it's this one. That's only active with the signal. Oh! I did the liquid redstone and mob essence quests again too, so I got a couple bags. Okay, let's tell these to stop making. Stop. Let's say 5,000. That's just a temporary fix because eventually it will make 5,000 bone meal. um, oh, and I can come over here and tell it to quit making vinegar. Yes. Okay, so we definitely have the bottles for the fertilizers. I don't think I have leather in the system. Oh, I do. So maybe I'll have 4. Maybe I won't. Let's find out. Oh, I do have 4. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so there's all of the stuff for the second one, and I think I have casings in there. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Excellent. So now we need just the 2 slates. I don't know why it lagged out over there. I'm scared now. Ooh. Maybe it was because this was getting a lot of mobs. Because I was so far away. I don't know. I don't know, but it scared me. Not that I don't really have much special besides my jetpack. Okay, now we're gonna have to turn the sound back down again. Okay. I need to get a sound muffler for that, I guess. Which those aren't... let's look at that, because yeah, that would be nice to have. Say sound. It's just a note block and wool. And the note block is just wood. Oh, psh, psh. That's nothing. Psh. Okay, so we should definitely do that at some point. Alright, we need 2 slates. 2 second tier slates. So let's come into here and we're just gonna do that. And I have 12,000. I think it's, yeah, I think that's enough. That's, blah. Duh. Let's fix it right. That should work. Kick back. Watch it turn into a second tier slate. Nothing like cold coffee. Ugh. You know what? Before we start the next one, I want to we'll check the feather predicament and see how that situation is. Oh, look, we have feathers, so let's just throw our arrows in there. We don't need to make them. We just need to grab 6 out. And I believe I have my orb in there. Let's take that out. So let's go throw this one on. And then run and make... Just run really fast. Oh my goodness. We'll put our slate in. There we go. There's our air sigil. I think that one's in the same position too. Let's go back to blood and check this out. Yeah. Oh, good. We didn't miss it. I didn't want it to turn into tier 3 slate. Okay. Now we can do this other bad mama. The bad mama jama. Okay. The fertilizers were last and they were on the bottom. The harvesters were in the triangle shape. And then the planters were in the top corners. And there we go. There you have it. That, oh, we forgot to turn this in. Let's go ahead and turn that in while we're here. And The unclaimed. Useful sigils. Sigil of the Green Grove is pretty useful. Um, should we do eeny, meeny, miny, mo again? No, let's just take one. One. What'd we get? Fire resistance. I have gotten... That's like the third or fourth one. The fourth fire resistance. Okay. This is funny because when I was playing Agrarian Skies with my husband, I I was making our bound armor, and I put this in my pants, and I called them poopy pants because they made stuff grow, and that was the fertilizer. I know. Look at that. Oh, it's got stuff inside of it. So when you do blood magic, oh no, the that was from the vinegar. If I can spit it out. Oh my goodness. That was from the vinegar, so that has shimmer leaves, cinder pearls, and ethereal blooms, which the ethereal blooms you have to actually make, and they're made from shimmer leaf. So that's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. Thanks, Jaded Cat, because it says that's her box. Awesome. And we have a greater bag and an epic bag. Epic bag. Okay. Let's go fly over and hope that we don't lag anymore. Yes, I'm staying over land because we got a couple more bags in here as well. We can open those up and then call it there. Call it good. Excellent, excellent. I was hoping to have progressed in blood magic a little bit further, but man, the slates just take so long. All right, what do we got? 2 graders. A butterfly and a haste 3 enchantment. The butterflies are pretty. They are pretty. All right, so let's do it. Big money, no punji. Big money, no punji. Say that 3 times really fast. I dare you. Efficiency runes. Awesome. Repair. Oh, repair 1. That is awesome. And in the final bag, there is, I think I'm gonna go, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 2 more autonomous activators. What am I gonna do with all the autonomous activators? That's 4 now. I have 4 in here. We're gonna have to figure out something to do with that. What are we gonna do? I think they're in here. That? Yeah, that's where they are. We have 3 hearts. Oh, I'm gonna have to break down, I think, and go to the Nether sometime. I'm just not getting a division sigil, and maybe I'll find a fortress and find a chest in there and get lucky and get a division sigil. Because we can't finish until we get one because of the goggles. The goggles. It's all the goggles' fault. The Googles. The Googles. Alright. What are my plans? I'm going to try and get the platform built for the binding ritual. For the binding ritual. There. And let's take those out and we'll go throw them over there. So we're gonna get the binding ritual set up. I'm gonna try and see what I can come up with about placing a temporary mob system on top of the altar. Just a temporary and something small like the one that's underneath, because uh, the only other place for them to spawn, other than the tree farm, is over there. Other than the tree farm, they don't generally spawn there very much, but they can. Um, I might go ahead and, while I'm doing that, light this one up. In fact, I'll do that now. I'll light this up so this one's deactivated because we're not using it right now. So that's what I'm going to be working on. We'll go ahead and call it here, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.